Prepare to discover France like never before. From the world's largest fusion reactor project to the tallest bridge on Earth towering over the Tarn Valley, and even a secret city beneath Paris. That's only the beginning. Stay tuned, because even if you've been to France, these mind-blowing facts will make you see it through entirely new eyes. Let's get started. Number 1. The world's tallest bridge is in France. The Millau Viaduct in southern France is the tallest bridge in the world, reaching an incredible height of 343 meters above the Tarn Valley. That's taller than the Eiffel Tower, which is about the same height as an 81-story building. This engineering marvel spans nearly 2.5 kilometers and blends seamlessly into the landscape, making it both a functional highway and a stunning architectural icon. Number 2. France has the most neighbors in the EU. France borders 8 countries in mainland Europe, but that's just the beginning. Thanks to its overseas territories, it shares land borders with 11 countries total, more than any other EU member. And here's the surprising part. France borders the Netherlands. Not in Europe, but in the Caribbean, where the French overseas collectivity of Saint-Martin shares a small island with the Dutch territory of Sint-Maarten. Add in borders with Brazil and Suriname in South America via French Guiana, and France's global reach becomes truly extraordinary. Number 3. France is the most distant country from the lower 48 states of the US. It might come as a surprise, but the country farthest from the continental United States is actually France. That's because of a few remote French territories in the southern Indian Ocean. Nearly all of the lower 48 is antipodal to open ocean, but there are 2 tiny bits of land on the other side of the Earth, and both are French. One of them lies opposite eastern Colorado, while the other aligns almost exactly with northern Montana near the Canadian border. These distant islands, part of the French southern and Antarctic lands, make France the only country with territory directly opposite any part of the contiguous US. Number 4. France had its own prime meridian. Before the world adopted Greenwich, France used the Paris meridian as its prime meridian. Established in the 17th century, it ran right through the Paris Observatory and was once a key reference line for maps and navigation. Even today, you can still find markers, like bronze medallions and monuments, tracing its path across France. Number 5. Europe's tallest sand dune is in France. Towering above the Atlantic coast near Bordeaux, Dune du Pilat is the tallest sand dune in Europe, rising to about 110 meters and stretching more than 2.7 kilometers in length. Shaped by strong ocean winds, the dune is constantly shifting inland, slowly encroaching on nearby forests. From its summit, you'll witness breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean on one side and lush pine forests on the other. It's not just a scenic wonder. Dune du Pilat is also one of France's most popular paragliding spots, attracting pilots from around the world who soar above its golden slopes. Number 6. There's a secret city beneath Paris. Hidden beneath the bustling streets of Paris lies a massive underground network stretching over 280 kilometers, a labyrinth of tunnels, quarries, and chambers known as the Catacombs of Paris. Originally, limestone quarries used to build the city. These tunnels were transformed in the late 18th century into an underground ossuary to solve overflowing cemeteries. Today, the catacombs hold the carefully arranged remains of over 6 million people, making it one of the most haunting yet fascinating underground sites in the world. Only a small portion is open to the public. The rest remains a mysterious, forbidden world beneath the City of Light. Number 7. The largest French-speaking city isn't in France. When you think of French-speaking cities, Paris probably comes to mind first. But today, the most populous Francophone city is actually Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. With over 17 million residents, Kinshasa has surpassed Paris and continues to grow rapidly. This surprising shift has its roots in France's colonial past, when the French language was introduced across large parts of Africa. Today, it's a powerful reminder of how that legacy endures, with the French language now thriving far beyond Europe. Number 8. The world's largest fusion reactor is being built in France. Deep in the Provence region of southern France, one of the most ambitious energy projects in human history is taking shape. ITER, the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. This multinational collaboration involving 35 countries, including the EU, USA, China, India, Russia, Japan, and South Korea, aims to unlock the power of nuclear fusion, the same energy that powers the sun. Unlike traditional nuclear fission, which splits atoms, Fusion fuses hydrogen atoms together, producing massive energy with no carbon emissions and far less radioactive waste. Once complete, ITER will become the largest fusion reactor ever built. If successful, this cutting-edge project in the French countryside could revolutionize how the world generates electricity, bringing us one step closer to clean, abundant, and sustainable energy for future generations. Number 9. France is the world's top tourist destination. Holding the crown as the most visited country on Earth, France welcomes over 102 million international tourists each year, a number surpassing its entire population. From the Eiffel Tower and the French Riviera to the wine regions and historic castles, the country's rich culture, delicious cuisine, and stunning landscapes attract more visitors than anywhere else. So yes, in a typical year, France hosts more tourists than it has citizens. Number 10. France was the first country fully mapped with triangulation. This massive project produced the Cassini map, the first geometrically accurate topographic map of an entire nation. Earlier maps existed, but they were often imprecise and lacked scientific methodology. The initiative began under King Louis XIV, spearheaded by his finance minister Jean-Baptiste Colbert, who founded the Académie des Sciences in 1666 and brought in astronomer Giovanni Cassini to improve cartographic precision. The project spanned 4 generations of the Cassini family and took nearly 150 years from conception to completion. A monumental effort that revolutionized cartography and laid the foundation for modern mapping systems worldwide. Number 11. France spans the entire globe. France is one of the few countries whose territory stretches across the entire globe. Literally. Its easternmost point, Hunter Island in New Caledonia, and its westernmost point, Taloque Islet in Wallis and Futuna, lie on opposite sides of the 180th meridian, yet they're only about 1,366 kilometers apart. That's shorter than the width of many single countries. This surprising geographical quirk means France technically wraps around the Earth, making it a truly global nation. Number 12. Europe's largest national park is in France, but not where you think. While most people think of France's stunning landscapes in Europe, the country's and the European Union largest national park is actually located far across the Atlantic in French Guiana. Covering an immense area of over 20,300 square kilometers, the Guiana Amazonian Park protects vast tropical rainforests and incredible biodiversity. This massive park is larger than Slovenia and highlights France's diverse global geography beyond the European continent. Number 13. France has the largest ocean territory on Earth. Thanks to its widely dispersed overseas territories scattered across the globe, France controls the world's largest exclusive economic zone, an area of sea where a country has special rights to resources like fishing, energy, and minerals. Covering over 11.6 million square kilometers of ocean, France's EEZ is even bigger than that of the United States, which ranks second. This makes France a true global maritime power, with reach far beyond Europe. Number 14. France has volcanoes. While you might not associate France with volcanic activity, the country is home to both active and extinct volcanoes. In the Indian Ocean, the island of Réunion is home to Piton de la Fournaise, one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, erupting almost every year. Meanwhile, in mainland France, the Chaîne des Puys in Auvergne is a chain of extinct volcanoes that stretches over 40 kilometers. This unique geological formation was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2018, making it the largest volcanic chain in Europe. Number 15. Europe's highest paved mountain pass lies in France. The Col de l'Iseron, located in the French Alps, holds the title of the highest paved mountain pass in Europe. Sitting at an altitude of 2,764 meters above sea level, it's a dramatic and scenic route that cuts through the Vanoise National Park in southeastern France. It's a favorite challenge for cyclists and a regular feature in the Tour de France, offering breathtaking alpine views and steep, winding roads that seem to touch the sky. Thanks for joining me on this fascinating journey through France's most surprising geography facts. Now it's your turn. Which country should we explore next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below, and if you have any cool facts about those places, share them too. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an adventure. Can't wait to see you in the next video.